in this AFL Under-18 Championships match. Jess Webster with the call.
So we're underway in Adelaide. Reid against Edwards. Can't wait to watch that battle progress this afternoon.
Sanders, one of Tasmania's top prospects to watch out for, the number 1. Free kick going the way here of the Allies, and McKercher brings it away, but his kick has been chopped off on the wing there by Allen.
Kick going the way of Allies, and Harvey Thomas can potentially send them inside 50 for the first time this afternoon. Unsure where to go, and he's stripped of the footy. That's holding the ball this time. Great pressure from Western Australia.
That pressure and that tackle on that occasion coming from Lance Collard, a player for West Coast fans to keep an eye on. The next generation academy prospect. Oscar Baston applying the tackle, forcing a stoppage. Half forward here. Lively start. Both teams are struggling for a little bit of fluidity between the arcs. Who can get that going first? Clearing kick here from Kelly towards half forward. Big one-on-one here. And a strong mark taken as well by Luca Kentfield for Western Australia in the opening minutes. And he slotted it. WA have the first goal of the game.
And you mentioned the arm wrestle before.
Lovely day here in Adelaide. It was overcast early, but the sun's come out, which is nice to see.
Thomas's kick has been intercepted.
Build up, but has been strong early.
At 45 metres to cover. Covers the distance fine, but accuracy not there.
Spears a kick down the line, looking for Gothard. It's off hands. Sanders comes through, another touch for him. Shares it with Callanan. As the Allies work it towards half forward. A great tackle from Hein Baston. And it's a free kick as they take the advantage.
A really good ball user from Tasmania who's going to be really influential today.
Time to the Swans Academy. Thumps it from 50 metres. Gander has it got the legs. It doesn't quite. Play goes on. It's kicked off the ground. The Allies don't have their first goal.
The attention to detail that the coaches love with defensive pressure, they'd be very happy with what they've seen so far.
It's the third time that Lance Collard has gone near the ball, and Carl and I have just looked at each other. There's just something about him at the moment, and we're only halfway through this first quarter. Can they try and extract from the clearance here, the Allies? Pushing the back is called. It will be a free kick here to Caden Cleary, who's another Swans Academy prospect. His kick was well weighted, and McKercher marks, and they've got some run here from half-back. It's just starting to click a little bit from half-back for the Allies in recent minutes. Thomas gives it to Marshall. Working in tandem here with Shadforth. Marshall inside, 50, and that was probably the Allies' best ball movement so far.
20 disposals, 2 goals and 4 clearances a game this season for the Northern Territory at Coates Talent League level.
45 metres. Looks a little to the narrow side. Allies still can't get that scoreboard reward for effort. Promising signs.
Beautifully into the path of Ryder, who can play on. Loops the hand pass over the top to Kirk. And now the space opens up for the Allies. The long kick comes from Callanan to full forward. Walter, was he held? Yes.
Quite a dangerous kick, but really executed well, and you could see how that just generates some run and carry through the middle of the ground for the Allies team, and they get their first goal on the board through Jed Walter. 3
goals last week for Jed Walter against South Australia, and he's on the board this afternoon. From Williams. An overager for the Allies out of the Suns Academy. It was 4th in Surfers Paradise, best and fairest at Quaffle level last year. From the stoppage. Sanders again, another touch for him. Releases Leak. Sends it in the Walter direction, off hands this time. Lovely spin from Gothard, who feeds it to Callanan, and he snuck that one through. The second goal to the Allies.
Yeah, terrific bit of play there, and Ryley Sanders.
Clay Hall, the number 35 there for Western Australia, the son of Derek Hall, played a couple of games for the Eagles, and 74 for Geelong in the late 90s, early 2000s. Good pressure shown here from the Allies. That tackle coming on that occasion from Gothard, and he's comes to ground level, and Allies have the numbers. Terrific composure shown there by Gothard, who's having a terrific game so far. On top of the ball there is Marshall, and he was pushed in the back. Sanders Touch number 13 for him. It's a good one. Ethan Reid. Hoping for a lead, and he gets it. Terrific presentation coming from Max Ryder, who's tucked up in the pocket. Can have a look at the goals.
That's the exciting thing about Ethan Reid, isn't it? The ball use, the ability to spot the lead and hit the target. The recruiter compare him to Paddy Ryder with some of his skill level for a guy his size at 200 centimetres plus, and you can see in that instance where he just really thought through the process there, Tux.
11 goals from 5 Talent League games. He's a bit of a sharpshooter, and that is as sharp as it gets. Max Ryder with a terrific finish.
It takes a little bit for these guys to gel together because they come from so many different programs. To get a win last week sort of shows how quickly that Mark McVeigh's been able to get this group together, and the feeling is that they build throughout the national championship, so it's pretty exciting for the next few weeks.
Strong mark from Kentfield and an even better kick. Allies have kicked the last 3 goals of the game. WA desperately need this. It hangs out to the right, as a lot of shots have today to the left of screen. Terrific delivery, excellent fly, and he can kick his second. He plays on. Gave the Donard, you try to do too much, he's gone. And they let him know all about it. Daniel Curtin with the clap in his face. He then goes to ground, and it's been reversed. All happening inside 50.
This boy's not been a surprise packet at all. We knew his form. He was an All-Australian last year at bottom major level.
Yeah, well, we did say he's a bit of an excitement machine and one to keep an eye on. He's tried the World Cup scissor kick in the stoppage just prior to that, and the blood must be pumping pretty hard. So.
Kicked 6th the next week against the Rebels and has come into the championships. It's really strong form, and we can see it now.
He takes a rest on the bench after kicking 2 goals. Mark McVeigh, the Allies coach, liking him to Charlie Dixon. Do you agree with that comparison, Cal?
I've been trying to think of the comparison for him. There's a little bit of the King boy. He's not quite as tall, but certainly has the aggression of Charlie.
And the Allies go again out of the middle. Here's McKercher. Lovely hand pass releases. Callanan already had one. Can he get 2? Brilliant shot. That was a fast break from the Allies.
He showed some nice dance steps there. Got it towards Cleary. He's got a bit of a task. Clean pickup to Thomas. And now Williams brings it away towards some space, and seeing Gothard use his composure and his feet superbly so far today to McKercher, who lines up the goals from 55 metres out. Walter v. Curtin. Curtin gets the win with the defensive spoil. Ball comes to ground. They're not out of danger yet, though. Walter might do it at ground level. To Callan. You can't keep him out of the game. Callanan snaps his 3rd, and the Allies are hot.
Lovely mark taken by Williams in defence. Flares his kick across to McKercher, now wearing the number 22 for the Allies. Had a number change at the main break. Reid sends it down the line, and Rowlands takes the mark. Northern Territory prospect. Long ball inside the arc. McCormack from behind. Couldn't complete the mark. It spills to Ryder. And now Gothard.
Oh.
A right foot snap is an absolute beauty from the pocket. Something special from Phoenix Gothard.
Kick smothered off the boot, though, by Gander. Spills to Hall. He's starting to get busy. Handball behind his head. Now Torren inside 50, a kick in hope. Reid drop was a pretty difficult mark in the end. Ball was swirling in the air. Comes to Williams. And now opportunity for Kabor to rebound off half-back with a bounce and some confidence. And a lovely kick. Rowlands, lovely step inside 50. Bounce from McCormack. Normally pretty efficient, and that is no exception. Curtin tried desperately. It was all in vain. McCormack kicks the goal, and the Allies have kicked 8 goals. Hand pass there, hand pass chain. Rogers starting to get a little busier. Ball comes out though for Western Australia, and slips catch is taken in the end by Walsh. Low to the ground. Xavier Walsh with a nice mark inside 50. Western Australia can look to kick their first goal since the opening minutes of the first quarter. Kicked 2 goals, 3 from 7 touches on debut. East Perth in the Colts competition, part of the WA 2022 under-16 squad. Kicked 4 goals from 3 games last year. Long left foot kick is perfect. Much needed goal for WA. Xavier Walsh delivers.
Squares it up to Rogers. Another one of these 10 AFL Academy players in the Allies side today. It's hand pass to Graham. A long ball towards full forward. Brilliant mark from McCormack.
Access to him through the Northern Academy rules. A great grab there. Extend the arms.
His big, long arms. That is a superb.
Charlie McCormack to have his moments again today. Hoping he puts this one through.
We've spoken of his efficiency in front of goal, and this is no exception. A second goal to Charlie McCormack. And the Allies restore a 46-point advantage.
He marks just in the field of play. Almost every WA player inside the defensive 50. Can they find a mark? McCormack again! What a fly!
Yeah, he gets a lot of respect from his teammates. His work rate and his work ethic are terrific. His unselfish nature when he gets the ball in his hands. And he just, his attack on the ball and on the player, I think last week he had up to 10 tackles. He's just tackling machine. So to gel together, they had a couple of camps earlier in the year. They had one in January and then had one a couple of weeks ago in preparation for the carnival. And what Mark McVeigh and the other coaches have been able to do is just to build this real team cohesiveness. And you can see
this is to make it a 56-point advantage for the Allies as we turn for home. Perfect. Ty Gander puts a terrific exclamation point on an outstanding third quarter by the Allies. They lead by 56 points at the final change.
Number 27 for him. McKercher had a huge third quarter. He's up to 30 disposals. Sanders will get it back and poke the kicks towards Reid at half forward. Back to McKercher. Bullets a pass inside the arc.
That midfield group for the Allies, and then the quality of the ball use going forward to the inside 50 has been exceptional today. So you'd certainly enjoy playing in the forward line.
That's a monster goal for Max Ryder to push the margin beyond 10 goals to start the final term.
That certainly earns you a lot of respect in the industry.
Secondary ball up, Sanders. What a wonderful clearance. Explodes away from the centre bounce. Eyes up the goals. Walter is there. It's going to go all the way. Ryley Sanders. Magnificent.
That was the Jason Horne-Francis moment, wasn't it? We spoke about him earlier.
If I don't have a vote, I might talk to someone who does.
Well, I think he'd be the favourite after his first couple of games to take out the best player of the championships at this rate. We know Vic Country's still to get on the board, but geez, what a moment there for Ryley Sanders, and that shows all of his capabilities all in one piece of play. The burst, the power, the finish.
It's kicked 2-2 this afternoon. Will wind up and send it looking for McCormack. He's got it again.
Having spoken with Mark McVeigh and being in the Allies group over the last couple of days, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of recruiting staff here taking note.
Plenty to like about Charlie McCormack. The Giants Academy prospect has 4.
Cohen Sanchez comes out to Cleary from the clearance. And a long kick from Snell, inside 50, pinpoint precision to the chest of Jed Walter.
An extended layoff over the break as well. Do you feel like that also, Tarks, has meant that he's built his way into this season?
Yeah, I feel like that's allowed him to really build.
Oh, that is a wonderful kick. Sorry,
that is a terrific finish.
Walter the Wonder with his third, and the Allies reach triple figures at Thebarton Oval. Rogers has the 20 disposals. And Cal, how have you seen the ruck battle between Reid and English? Because English has had more hit-outs at stoppages, but Reid's ability to cover the ground has been quite noteworthy.
Yeah, 29 hit-outs for Edwards and 11 touches for him, and Reid's had 17 disposals and 13 hit-outs. And as you spoke about and we've mentioned throughout the call, it's Reid's ability to get around the ground and create an impact and float forward and be damaging there by his ball use, which has been really impressive today.
Allies through Callanan move forward again. Here's Walter. This time sets up a goal to his teammate in Reid, who gets boot to ball.
On cue. On cue again.
And also really unselfish from Walter.
AFL team to come in later this decade. And this Allies team under Mark McVeigh makes another statement at Thebarton Oval. An 88-point demolition of Western Australia.
It's been a terrific start. We've seen some great talent out here. We've seen some good footy, and certainly looking forward to the rest of the games.
Colby McKercher starred today. He's downstairs with Cal Toomey.